Welcome to creating depth through linear perspective and shading. I'm going to start by sketching out a few thumbnails here. Remember, don't forget to move that eye level line up and down to get some different points of view. Also, don't forget the criteria. Make sure you include some overlapping. Make some obvious overlapping, size variation and placement. Things getting smaller and higher on the page as they go into the distance. And in this third thumbnail, I really moved the eye level down low and gave a different point of view here, which I think is my favorite. And if you don't have the materials that we used in class, like nice drawing paper or that, just get some printer paper, ruler. If you don't have a ruler, grab anything for a straight edge. First thing you do is put that eye level line in, put the vanishing point in, and I like to kind of do a rough sketch to get an idea of what the full picture might look like before I go ahead and put everything in accurately. And here, I'm really working on trying to fit in some things where I can show and give that sense of depth. As I feel more and more confident with the drawing and the layout, I begin to do the perspective accurately with a straight edge, bringing everything back to the vanishing point. Don't forget to keep those vertical lines vertical and those horizontal lines horizontal. Use things like the edge of the paper and make comparisons. Here I'm putting on, working on a little bit more detail on the house. I took on the challenge of adding a little stairway to the front. If you're feeling up to it, go ahead and take on a little bit more challenging perspective. Don't forget even the overlapping in the hills and the mountains. Give yourself lots of different forms that you can shade down the road. In fact, here I decided to put in a footbridge, something else that I can use the vanishing point for. Some handrails. Get an idea where the ones on the other side would land by using the vanishing point. Again, another pretty challenging object to put into linear perspective. But if you feel like taking on the challenge, go for it. Even got in some size variation in the clouds. And there's my light source right there. Left to center. Now it's time to shade. Take a little bit of that graphite, scribble on something, pick it up with a napkin, paper towel, and begin to put in those tonal values. Start to build up contrast. Here you got to think about light and shadow, but you also got to think about the color of objects. Get every rock here on the bottom, the right side. Get some blends in there, especially on those cone-like forms of the pine trees and the mountains. Get real dark here along that edge. Get some texture into the water. Darken up the right side of each post, right side of each tree trunk. Under this little overhang, it would be pretty dark. Not a lot of light getting up under there. So you got to think of this just like you're beginning to color in. Just keep building up those values, take it as far as you can, and we'll continue with this in the next video.